Hey tweens, it is 2021. Gather round, gather round. I know that some of us, as we go into the new world in the new year, we've taken some time to look back on last year. And last year we talked a lot about shining bright, right? Shining God's light into the world through His love, through the fruit of the Spirit, in just learning more about Him and acting like Jesus. We can shine bright. But what are we shining bright into? Why do we have light? We have light to scatter darkness, right? How many of you have ever been in a room that's so dark that you couldn't even see your hands in front of your face? Maybe that's you. Maybe you've been in a basement and you just click the light off, and as soon as it's dark, you just sprint up the stairs as fast as you possibly can. And when it is dark, we automatically are a little nervous, right? Which makes sense. You don't want to fall. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to stub your toe against that wooden post for the 5th time that week. And so as we carry the light of God around us, it helps to get rid and dispel the darkness. Now, it's not a physical darkness, right? It's not like God's going to make it so that you can see the step and don't hit your toe. But God's light helps to shine away a spiritual darkness. The Bible talks about this person who is the Satan, the devil, the person who comes against. Now, if you close your eyes and think about the devil, what does he look like? You're probably picturing somebody red, maybe with some horns, a tail, carrying a little fork that he uses to poke at people who he doesn't like. And sometimes I think we learn more and we have more information in our heads about the devil from cartoons than from real things that happen and are talked about in the Bible. So in the Bible, the devil is not even a name. Satan and the devil, they're just titles in the same way you would call someone a teacher. It's about what he does, not necessarily a name. Because he is just this little person, this character who comes against God. And Satan and the devil just means that he is the one that he accuses, and he is the one that is against, right? And that is what he does. He comes against God. Since the beginning, he brought Adam and Eve. He taught them to question God and to step against what God was asking them to do, and he caused their light to go out. And as humanity went forward, more and more things have gone wrong. And in this year, 2020, that has just passed, there are so many things that have gone wrong in our world and in our life, and it is dark. And as we trust in God, as we allow Him to speak to us, we can shine His light bright. But the devil will use whatever he can, whether it's asking us to do things, giving us opportunities to be selfish and greedy. He's constantly trying to steer us away from God to bring more darkness into the world. But when we allow God's love and His peace and His hope to shine through us, we dispel those things. In Ephesians, Paul talks about how when we're fighting against things, whether it be a situation that's just really, really hard or a person who just seems so frustrating and angry and annoying, he says that we're not actually fighting against people. We're not actually fighting against things. Everything in our world that we struggle with is against the devil, against these dark forces that are trying to come against God's intention. God created things that were good. He wanted things to go well and be good, and the devil tries to break that every step of the way. But as people who follow Jesus, we don't have to be afraid of the devil. It's important to be aware, to know that there's someone out there that's trying to destroy us, who's trying to steer us away from God, so that we can be guarded against him, so that we can put our trust in God to be like, hey, help me today, not to fall into the devil's traps, but to follow you. And James says that if we flee from the devil, if we resist what he's going to try to do, that he will run away from us. Because when we have God in our lives, when Jesus is with us, when His Spirit is in us, the devil cannot even touch us. So this week, continue to pray for God to use you to shine His light into the dark spaces and to shine His light in a way that will force the devil to leave you alone, so that you can live a true life of peace, love, and godliness as we continue to follow God, continue to live like Jesus in 2021. If you have any more thoughts, questions, you can always email me, or we can set up a time to chat. I miss seeing so many of you, and I hope to see you on the Zoom meetings every Thursday at 6:30, Sundays at 12:30. And yeah, love you all. Hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.